Here's the Kugel for making decisions when information is asymmetric. Information is asymmetric when one party in a transaction or negotiation knows more than its partner. One problem that occurs when information is asymmetric is adverse selection. Adverse selection occurs when buyers buy from, quote, the wrong sellers. An example of this might be employment. Employers often seek hardworking, industrious, smart people. The problem is they can't always tell who's hardworking, industrious, and smart. And the lazy, dumb, and what's the other one? Hardworking, smart, industrious. I get hardworking and industrious are the same. So the people who are not of those qualities often appear to be the same as the people they desire, and therefore they wind up hiring the people that they don't want to hire. A second example of adverse selection is when sellers sell to the wrong buyers. A great example of this is insurance. Insurance companies love to sell to people who don't ever use it because they can make a lot of money off of them. The problem is people who want to use, who know they're not going to use insurance very much, don't want to pay very much for it. So the folks who are most interested in buying insurance tend to be people who have the highest claim ratios for the insurance company. And the problem there is, can we adjust rates appropriately to cover the expenses that we expect to incur? It also creates moral hazard. A great example of moral hazard is flood insurance that induces people to build in the floodplain. Moral hazard occurs when a contract or a transaction induces one of the parties to take actions that are detrimental to the other party. Again, this is another example of insurance. Not only do people who know they live in floodplains want to buy insurance, also if you sell the insurance, it gives me an incentive to build on the floodplain. Screens and signals mitigate against adverse selection and moral hazard. A screen is some device that we can try to use to separate the good sellers from the bad sellers, or the good buyers from the bad buyers. No screen is perfect. If information was perfect, we would know who was who. But we can get some information and try to put people more into categories where they're more likely to be. A signal is kind of the opposite of a screen. If you know, for instance, that if you offer me a job and give me a choice between a salary or a contingent compensation package, well, the hardworking industrious person is more likely to choose the contingent compensation package because they believe they're going to sell a lot or do a good job and get paid a lot. The slothful person might be more inclined to choose the salary because that way they can be slothful and still get their full income. That'd be an example of a screen. A signal flips it on its head. If I apply for a job, I say I'm interested in a job that has compensation, contingency compensation. That signals to you that I think I am hardworking and industrious and expect to do a good job. As we go through this process, remember, if the cost of the solution is greater than the cost of the problem, then the problem does not exist. You can't fix everything. No screen or signal is perfect. There's always going to be some slippage, and sometimes the cost of fixing the slippage is higher than the cost of the slippage itself. Simple example, don't worry about people spending 5 minutes too long at the water cooler. You'll probably pay more in cost to make that go away than the cost you're suffering by letting people talk